Coming off a home loss, Toronto FC hosts the Chicago Fire Saturday, April 21st at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, live on NBC Sports. Last year, the two teams met early in the season, tying at 2-2. Fan favorite Joao Plata had a great game for the home side with a goal and an assist, while Marco Papa silenced the crowd to make it 2-1, and finally Or Baruch tied it for Chicago. The two teams have had poor starts to the season. The Fire sit in 7th place in the Eastern Conference with 5 points, having won only one game. That win came with a 1-0 victory over the Philadelphia Union in Week 2, the lone goal coming from forward Dominic Oduro. Chicago have scored only 3 team goals since the start of the season and will be looking to their front line to lead their offense when they go to Toronto. After a strong preseason, Toronto FC have had high hopes for the 2012 season, but have so far disappointed, having lost all 5 of their regular season games. They sit in last place in the East with 0 points and will look to come away with all 3 points if they are to kickstart their season and have any hopes of being in contention for the playoffs. Toronto is coming off a disappointing home loss to Chivas USA, where they got great looks on goal but were unable to score. Striker Danny Koevermans in particular will try to capitalize on these chances after a frustrating game against the Goats. Toronto FC will be pleased to see the return of their captain and designated player Torsten Frings, who has been out with an injury since Week 1. He's been a key player for Toronto since his acquisition last year. So much so that the team has managed points in 71% of their games with him in the squad, as opposed to just 43% without him. His presence is expected to help a Toronto defense that so far has allowed 10 goals this season. Chicago are winless in 2 games and will look to do better than the 1-1 home game against Houston last week, where they had come from behind to secure the draw. Chicago's lone goal was assisted by Pavel Pardo. The former Mexican international will be a key figure for the Fire this week against Toronto, pulling the strings in the central midfield. His slick passing and dead ball skills could be a threat to Toronto's back line, and his matchup against Torsten Frings will be interesting to follow and will likely determine the outcome of the game. Will Toronto FC get their first points of the season at home this week? Can Chicago improve and move up the table with a victory on the road? Find out April 21st at 3:30 p.m. on NBC Sports.